class in managerial economics, we will concentrate on only one topic, that is demand. So first we need to know what is the concept of demand. So first write the definition. What is the definition? The desire backed by the necessary ability to pay. So now every one of us may have, we may wish to buy a car, but is it possible for every one of us to buy an Audi car or BMW? Is it possible? No. So what is that? You need to have the ability to pay. If you have money with you and if you like to buy a car, then we can say that there's a demand. If not, that is just a wish. And this is the graph for demand. So we are taking, whenever you draw a graph, you have to write what is it we are going to take it in x-axis and y-axis. So in x-axis it is quantity demanded, in y-axis it is price. So why is it downward sloping? Now let us assume that you are having only 100 rupees in hand. Okay, so this budget is fixed. Even if you wish to buy more also, can you exceed? No. So how much money that you are having in your hand now? It is only 100 rupees. Now let us assume, okay, if the biscuit package is 100 rupees, let us assume, okay, we are going to the market, the biscuit packet price is how much? 100 rupees. Now tell me how many packets that you can buy?
One.
Only one. Okay, so in one side I am taking the quantity, okay, and the other side it is rupees. So if it is 100 rupees, how many biscuit packets that you can buy? It is only one. Now, let us assume during any Black Friday or any other Diwali festival or something, they are reducing the price. Now let's assume it is coming down to 50 rupees. So if the biscuit packet is 50 rupees, how many packets you can buy? 2. Now you are having some other additional discounts, or we also have any discount vouchers all we have, right? So now we are assuming the price is still falling down. Okay, so it is 25 rupees. Now tell me how many packets that you can buy? Okay, so this schedule is called as a demand schedule. What is that you can observe from this? What is the relationship between price and quantity? If price decreases, what is happening to the quantity? Quantity is increasing. If quantity decreases, what is happening to the price? Price is increasing. Now can you understand why the demand curve is downward sloping? So if the price is more, what will happen to the quantity? Quantity will be, it's going to be very less. Only this much of quantity. Now if the price drops, okay, from P, now if it comes down to P1, what is happening to the quantity? Quantity will increase from OQ to OQ1. So that is why we are telling there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity. Okay. So when demand is asked, what all you have to do? You have to write the definition, you can give a demand schedule, and you can draw a graph. Any doubt in this question? Shall we go to the next point? The factors determining demand. So these are the 9 factors today we are taking into consideration. Number 1, price of the goods. That is what we have discussed now, right? So price increases, what will happen to quantity? If price increases, what will happen to quantity? Quantity will decrease. Very good. Okay, so that is the first one. Number 2, income of the buyer. Now let's assume that your income is 10,000 rupees. So for how much money that you can buy goods? It is only for 10,000. The next academic year, okay, by your best performance, your income is increasing. So from this 10,000, let us assume that now your income is going to be 15,000. Now, what will happen to your consumption? You're having extra 5,000 for consuming, right? Doesn't mean that you have to spend all the 10,000 or 15,000 now, but your capacity to buy. So earlier you had the capacity for buying only for 10,000 rupees. As soon as your income increases by another 15,000, so what will happen? You are demanding, capacity will start to increase, the vice versa. Now, due to any unconditional or during Corona time, what is that we have witnessed? The income of the person started to decrease, right? We witnessed that for most of the person, their income got, it came down to half. That is 50,000 a person earn pannangana, what will happen? It dropped to 25,000 or 35,000. So what will happen to their demand capacity? It will also start decreasing. So income increase aayuchna, demand enavagum? Increase agum. Income decrease aayuchna, demand will decrease. Third way, prices of related goods. Okay. When we speak about related goods, we can speak about, first is about substitute good. What is a substitute good? What is a substitute good? Let's take tea and coffee, okay, or Coke and Pepsi. Why did we have a tea and a coffee? It is a morning drink. Why? Just to keep ourselves freshening. Yeah. So if your tea or a price increase, actually what will happen? Your income is fixed, right? So if tea price keeps on increasing, is it possible for you to afford the tea? No. So instead of tea, what we may do? We may shift that to a coffee. And you can also take about Coke and Pepsi. If Coke price increases, what will happen? You will opt for Pepsi. The Pepsi will price increase, Ashna, what will happen? We may drop to Coke. And Reliance is also having one similar product, right? What is that? Campa. Am I right? So compared to Pepsi and Coke, Campa's price is half a third. At 40 rupees, now it is 20 rupees. If 3 is going to serve the same purpose, so which will be the lot? A product which is lesser in price. Next, taste of the buyer. You are consuming a product. If you like the taste of the product, what you will do? You will demand more. After consuming, if you don't like the taste, what will happen? You will not buy that again. So taste plays a vital role. Next, season. Now what's a season? It's a rainy season. So rainy season, which product will have more sales? Umbrella and raincoat. Good. Will you buy a raincoat during summer season? No. We don't have that much of necessity. But what about ice cream? We consume more in which season? Summer season. And even AC sales, which month that's going to be more? Summer season. We require that. Okay. So based on season also, demand will be fashion. Okay. A fashion product when you will buy? When it is in fashion or when it is out of fashion? In fashion. In fashion, automatically what will be the price? Price will be more. But again we buy it. Why? Because it is fashion. After 6 months, price may drop. But the product may be out of fashion. Advertisement and sales promotion. So you are seeing banner ads, you are watching that advertisement in television often. What will make? We may have a desire to buy that product. Population. Population increases, what will happen to the demand? Demand will also increase. If population decreases, what will happen? Demand will decrease. Just imagine a nation where it is having more of young population. அப்போ எந்த ப்ராடக்டோட டிமாண்ட் அங்கே நிறைய இருக்குது? யங்கர் பாப்புலேஷனோட டிமாண்டா இல்லைன்னா எல்டர் பீப்புளோட டிமாண்ட் நிறைய இருக்கும்? Younger population means the demand for the products what young people use are the demand of the Next, unforeseen situation. When we stock our goods, now let us assume in another 3 days it's going to be raining heavily. Then what you will do? We will buy all the necessary items even though its price is high. Why? To take care of us, right? So we know definitely the food prices will be more, fruits price will be more, but in spite of that, why we are buying? Because it is an unforeseen situation. If you are not going to buy, then what will happen? You may have to stay in hunger. That is the reason. Now, so shall we draw a graph for increase in demand and decrease in demand? Okay. So always in x-axis, which factor we have to take in this? Quantity demanded. And the y-axis it is price. Okay. So this is your normal demand curve. Now let us assume because of income, what will happen? Price will remain the same, but what will happen? The demand will increase. So demand increase, Ashna, where it will shift? Towards the right or towards the left? Right. Very good. So increase in demand means it is rightward shift. Okay. So the same demand curve, DD, okay, it is shifting to D1, D1. So this we call it as what? rightward shift. Okay, rightward. So there is going to, so we'll start with increase in demand. Increase in demand, demand curve shift towards the right direction. Can you check the price? Price will remain the same, but what is happening to the quantity demanded? It is increasing. From OQ, it is increasing to OQ1. Okay, so what is that we have to keep it in mind here? Price is constant. But what is happening to the quantity? Quantity will increase or decrease? Will increase. Okay, so this we call it as what? Increase in demand. Now, if it is going to be decrease in demand, what will happen to the demand curve? It will shift towards the left side, right? Okay, so it is shifting towards the left. So this is going to be your new demand curve. From DD, it is shifting to D1, D1. So price, what will happen? Price will remain the same or will it change? Price will remain same or will it change? Same price here also, okay. But what will happen to the quantity? Quantity alone will decrease, okay. So same price only here also. Same price only, okay. But what is happening to the quantity? Earlier it is OQ, now it is decreasing to OQ1. Okay, va? For price is constant. But what is happening to quantity? Quantity will decrease. Okay. So during increase in demand, quantity will increase. Decrease in demand, quantity will decrease. But what is our assumption here? Both the cases, price will continue to remain the same. There is no change in price level at all. Okay, va? Increase in demand, shift it is a rightward shift. Decrease in demand, it is leftward shift. Got it? Now, the last point to cover in today's class, we will check on price elasticity of demand. What is price elasticity? How much there is going to be change in quantity demanded when there is change in price. Okay, from 5 rupees, if the price increases by another 5 rupees to 10 rupees, 5 rupees ki sales aanaku, 10 rupees ki sales aana, what will happen to the quantity? Quantity demanded, will it increase or decrease? If we study that, we call it as what? Price elasticity of demand. Okay, what is the formula for ED? Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Okay, so any simple numerical, if it is asked also, which formula we have to use? ED equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Now, the types of price elasticity, we have 5 types. What's the first one? Perfectly inelastic demand. The easy method to remember the value. I every photo inelasticity. It starts with I. What is this? This is a small I madri irukudha. A perfectly inelastic demand, how the demand curve will be? It will be a straight line parallel to which axis? Y axis. What is its value? 0. Purushada. Inelastic demand, it is very easy for you. You have to remember the small I. This line represents the demand curve. Idoda value another. It is 0. Got it? So for perfectly inelastic demand, the demand curve DD will be parallel to Y axis and its value is equal to how much? ED is equal to 0. Now, for perfectly elastic demand, what will be the value? Always the value shuttles between 0 to infinity. This is 0 na, appa value it will be infinite. Okay, now we come for the next one. So what is that you understand from here? So price increases or decreases also, people will continue to buy the same number of quantity. Price decrease they will never increase their demand. Okay, and if price increases also, we can't stop buying the particular product. Now you take salt. The price increases and decreases also. Can you substitute salt with any other product? Is that possible? No. Price kammiya irukundradnala, are we going to buy more salt? Can we add 1 more teaspoon to our food? What will happen? Can we eat that? No. Okay. So price increase aanalum sari, decrease aanalum sari, people will continue to buy the same quantity. Then it is called as what? Perfectly inelastic demand. price doesn't have any, it doesn't affect the quantity at all. We're coming for the second one. Perfectly elastic demand. So what is perfectly elastic demand? For the same price, okay, நம்ம ப்ரீவியஸ் என்ன பார்த்துருக்குறோம், ப்ரைஸ் டிக்ரீஸ் ஆனால் தான் குவான்டிட்டி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும், கரெக்டாக? பட் வாட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் டு ஹியர், சேம் ப்ரைஸ் ஒன்லி, பட் வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன், பீப்புள் வில் பை, கண்டினியூ டு பை more products if there is any necessity for them. ஓகேவா? ஸோ இதோட வேல்யூ என்னது, ED equal to infinity. ED is infinity here. A perfectly inelastic, what is the value? ED equal to 0. Okay, you have to remember this small I. Now for perfectly elastic demand, what is it? ED equal to infinity. For unitary elastic, as the name suggests, unitary means what? It is equivalent to 1. Okay, so ED value is here what it is? It is equal to 1. So percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to percentage change in price. If both are equal, we call that as what? It is unitary elastic demand. What is the value of ED? It is 1. Good. Now coming for the fourth one, perfectly elastic demand. Okay, so you can see the demand curve, it is flatter. Okay, this you can see it is deeper, steeper or another relatively inelastic. If it is flatter, we call that as what? Perfectly relatively elastic demand. So as the name suggests, okay, so what will be the ED value here? It is greater than 1 here. For relatively inelastic demand, what is the ED value? ED value should be less than 1. Got it? So shall we have a recap on elasticity? Perfectly inelastic demand, ED equal to 0. Perfectly elastic demand, ED is equal to infinity. Unitary elastic, ED equal to 1. Relatively elastic, greater than 1. Relatively inelastic, less than 1. Fine.